Come on in, fam. Make sure our sound is good on both those screens as we're inviting the family in. Yes, come on in. Of course, you know this is your host with the most, for one, the apostle, the prophet, the gospel commander. Welcome into another truth session. Yes, yes. I know some of you guys have been tuning into our Wind Down Wednesdays. Oh, yes. We've been having an amazing time in Wind Down Wednesday. So those of you that have enjoyed Wind Down Wednesday, come on in. Where we be a little bit more deliberate and we do a lot of research to bring you to the next level of truth. Some of you that have been following me, you've been following me out online, I've shared with y'all that there's a purge coming. And if you look at it, it's definitely happening, man. How things are now being brought to the light, right? But even when things are brought to the light, let us be careful because the light in someone shines so bright that you still cannot see the ugliness in there. So even when that happens, yet still be careful and just pay attention. And you'll see what you need to see and you'll hear what you need to hear, right? Okay, we're in the true session. We're going to be dealing with something that's very powerful. We're going to be dealing with May You Live Forever and Shall I Never Die. Okay? I think it should be pretty interesting, and y'all know how we do it. When we come in, we do what? We hit that share button. So go ahead and hit that share button. And as I pull up the feet and share. And great. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Come on in, fam. This is the place you want to be. This is the place where the thoughts really matter and they really count. A place where you will not be divided, dehumanized, demonized, ostracized, or cast to the side. But your thoughts will be taken into consideration and have feedback. This is a dialogue, not a monologue. So come on in and hit that share button. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all know we can hit that share button. in the truth session with the host of the most. Just take an opportunity to share. You didn't hit that share button. Hey, Stephanie, my squad. Let's do it. Yes, indeed. Another fabulous Saturday in the truth session. Thank you. So let us go ahead on and we'll get our frequency set and then we'll get into this. May you live forever and shall I never die. All right, fam? We call the truth session to order. We call the universe to order and all things to order. And we petition you to release every thought that is not your thought. Take a deep breath, inhale with me. Now exhale. Umbutu, Inotep, Abawagani, Amanikaka, Amanigada, Bonjour, Niyama, Konnichiwa, Assalamu alaikum, Ashalom, Namaste. Greetings, fam. Come on in. We're going to start another session, baby, called the Truth Session, with your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Did you all enjoy the double impact that we had last Truth Session? The master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shapeshifter, the code breaker, and I were in tandem. And it was an amazing session. If you haven't had an opportunity to check it out, please go back and check it out. All right? Okay, so today we're going to deal with this. I think it's going to be very powerful. You always hear me say when I'm toasting and doing certain things, I say, may you live forever and shall I never die. I want to talk about this, but we've talked about this in some capacity. Okay, so I'm going to put this out here. We're going to talk about being dead. And what you have to understand is that in the time of our ancestors, in the time of antiquity, there was no concept of death. We understood it on a whole nother different level. And I'm going to deal with this today to just give you some information and show you some things, okay? Now, what I want to talk to you about, I want to say this and then I'm just prefacing this and I'm going to what I'm going to go into. But what I want to share with you is that every man is not the same, okay? Hold on. Hold on, stick with me. I'm going to give you some information and you can check it for yourself. Every man isn't the same, which is why we have mankind, because there are other kinds of men. Okay, there are other kinds of men. Make sense? Okay. Now there is only a specific group of people that are. And some people don't like to use the word human, they use it for some other purpose. But human, right? Human. We know Q means what? Color. The black and brown man and woman. Stick with me. I promise you, you'll get something out of this. And this is for educational purposes only. Facebook, IG, TikTok, all of you guys. This is for educational purposes only. Okay. Hey, Pocahontas. See who we got now. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, Dominica. Head of the Mob Squad in the house, Stephanie. Master Teacher, LaVale, Julian. Greetings, family. Okay, now, so we figured out that every man is not the same. Listen to me. People say, well, we all have red blood, but we all don't have the same blood type. Okay? We all don't have the same blood type. My blood type is O negative, right? My blood type is the only type that any other blood type can utilize. O positive, AB, AB negative, all of that. It can feed that. So everyone is not like that. Everyone doesn't have O negative blood, right? So we can't say, well, we all bleed red blood. That's a misnomer, okay? That's just a saying. But there are different kinds of men, and we're making this distinction because if we don't make this distinction, then we cannot heal the universe. We cannot heal ourselves. We cannot heal our fellow man or woman. We won't be able to heal them. We have an extraordinary ability, and that ability is to heal and to give life. Not only to give life, but to give it more abundantly. See, now I want to talk about may you live forever and shall I never die. Okay. So we're going to get to this. We're going to get to why I'm talking about there are other kinds of men, and then there are a specific kind that has color, right? Not only do they have color, but there's something about their genetics. Okay. There's something about their genetics. And I'm going to share some information with you all quickly. I'm going to put it out there for you so you can see this for yourself. There is a difference between the human and mankind or other kinds of men. Because if you don't catch this, one of the things that you're not going to be able to offend to is being God. I know there's a great number of people or a great many of people that take issue with that. Someone calling themselves God. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, if that's how you believe it, that's how you've been taught, that's okay. But that doesn't mean that it applies across the spectrum of those that have awakened. That information has come to them and it resonates with them. Maybe it doesn't resonate. And that's okay. But if you openly and honestly seek for the truth and not the knowledge of the truth, but seek for the truth because you can be forever learning and never come to the knowledge of the truth. So it's important to keep an open mind. If you're with me so far, put a one on the timeline. Let me beat you guys. Let me see if I can beat you guys. So that we're on the same page. Put a one out there if you're with me. Okay, I got you guys. I beat y'all. I beat y'all. Okay. Now I'm going somewhere with this because it's important. See, once you make a distinction between that there are other kinds of men and that all men are not the same, but there are some that are hued, and we call them the humans, and they are the ones that are responsible for humanity. If you don't understand that you're responsible for humanity, then you cannot heal humanity. We are the only ones that have the ability to deal with the cognition of the other ethnicities because we have a different code within us that gives us the ability to tap into a different level of information. We have what we call divine beginning information. We know that nothing begins and nothing ends. We know that that's a concept, right? We know those are concepts. So, but what we do know that everything is in motion. It's in continuation to continue on in motion. It has and always will be. Okay? So, but we have the information that determines how that motion moves. Stick with me. This quantum principle, this quantum mathematics. It's a fact, you can look it up. Why am I saying this? That it is important to understand how to flow with the energy, how to get in it, which is why we set up what a frequency. Everything is energy, even frequency. Some say, well, frequency is nothing. It's energy. All right? When you talk about the spirit is what? Energy. Okay? Now, why am I saying this? Because it is very important. Now, watch this. The reason why I'm bringing energy in here, watch this. And we've had this in, G, right? En is what? En is I-N. Say it again, my sister. I-N. What represents I-N means to enter into, right? E-R is meaning male, right? Because we get that from what? Abraham. Comes from Abram or Abraham is the father of what? Many nations, right? So that's masculine. The oldest language, Sanskrit, one of the oldest languages, and GY, right? Gyno, right? Gynecologist. So in energy is both what? Male and female, right? Look at that. So in essence, you cannot have energy without both male and female. Okay? So it's very important. If you really begin to understand that it was that human and woman that started humanity that has the blueprint. In the Greek, we call it prototokos. Prototokos is where the English word prototype comes from. So when you look at the black and brown man and woman, they are the prototokos. They are the prototype, right? Pro. When you look at that in the Greek, when you look it up, it actually means to be what? First. That which was in the beginning. So in the beginning was both the male and the female of color, which is why you have all of these color spectrums. Because every color that exists is in black, or comes out of black, or comes out of their darkness. Okay, so what are we doing? We're restructuring the construct. Because what? The construct is what? Out of order. Right? So now, if the construct is out of order, and most of us, I know you're on this timeline, and we do believe, and we found out that heaven is where? On the inside. How did we arrive at that, Master Teacher? That finding out that heaven is on the inside. Didn't we get that from Joshua? Yes. Didn't we get that from him? Yes. We asked him, when should, come on. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. He said that it comes not with observation. Yes. That the kingdom comes not with observation because it is where? On the inside. On the inside. The kingdom is on the inside. So now, if we can preference that and grasp that and wrap our minds around it, then we understand that on the inside of that black and brown queen, that woman, that mother, it's heaven. Yes. Okay? So then, we can surmise from that premise that we're coming out of heaven. The only way to get here is through heaven. Right? Yes, sir. Are y'all with me? If y'all following with me and we're on the same page, again, put one out there. I beat y'all. If we're on the same page and you with me, put a one out there. Because this is important. I need you to be on the same page so we can get this. Now, okay. So now we've established that heaven is on the inside, that heaven is coming out of that female. We're coming out of heaven. So that means that the black and brown male and female are the blueprint. Yeah. Within us is everything that we need to be God in this universe and make things work the way that they were designed to work before we ever came inside of it. Listen, we are the universe inside of the universe. Everything that's in the universe is in us. Okay? Why is it in us? Because we are, and because we are gods and goddesses, and goddesses, gods and goddesses, with that principle, then we understand that we're able to bring forth every other kind of what? Man. So every other kind of man actually are supposed to be worshiping, praising, respecting. But it's reversed. We're worshiping and praising our counterparts, whatever ethnicity they may be. We're worshiping and praising them and giving them all the honor and the praise. How many of you, how many of you still have that European Jesus Christos still hanging in your house with that picture of Jesus Christ? How many are still hanging in churches? How many are still hanging out in various places that you go? Don't you know that you're worshiping your counterpart? That your God is of European descent, right? And this is for educational purposes only. We're the Jew session. So you're worshiping your European counterparts in all other ethnicities that are apart from us. When in essence, they're supposed to be worshiping us. But what has happened? We've been tricked. 1 second, let me get disconnected. Now, you all know that in the truth session we do what we do our research. Let me show you all something. I don't know if you are familiar with some of you may, familiar with Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu. Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu has a series on countering the conspiracy to destroy black boys. Okay? And I'm getting ready to share some of this with you. That's right, Dorothy. We've been bamboozled. Yes, draining our energy. Yes, correct. Correct, Dorothy. You own it. Yes. Thank you all for the ones. Thank you all that we're all on the same page. Now, let me drop this on you guys. Okay? Thank you for posting that message. Okay, when y'all, if y'all see that, put those thumbs up. Okay, everybody good? Everybody okay? Okay, you guys can see that. Okay, great. Thanks for the emojis, family. Thank you that we're all on the same page. Now we're going to do this counter the conspiracy to destroy black boys. Now, I just shared with you all that there are all kinds of what? There are all kinds of men, and we call it what? Man. Say it again. Mankind. But there is a difference. There is a difference. We're separated from every other kind of man. Let me show you just in this experiment, right? Okay, look at this. Let me show you in this study. There are numerous studies that have been done around the world contrasting and comparing what children are able to do at certain stages. Listen to this. And I put it in your eye gates so that you can catch this. Hey, Jeremiah. So that you guys can catch this. Now listen to this. So people can argue against facts. You can be emotional as you want to, but you can't argue against the facts. And most people will experience cognitive dissonance because why? It goes against their core belief, how they've been taught, what their value system is. And it creates static on the brain. It creates fog on their brains and they can't think beyond that. But you can't argue against facts. You'll try to reason them away, you'll try to explain them away, but facts remain to be the same. Now, listen to this. I'll read this again. There are numerous studies that have been done around the world, contrasting and comparing what children are able to do at certain stages. Are y'all hearing this? One such study done by several doctors compared African and European American children in their abilities to recognize and respond to stimuli. Now, here we go. One, listen to this. With body up into a sitting position, able to prevent the head from falling backwards, African, 9 hours. European, 6 weeks. Mm, wait a minute. We're saying, right? Come on. Look at this. This is for educational purposes only. Listen. It takes our European counterparts 6 weeks to be able to hold their heads up and prevent it from falling backwards, which means that they have no control. Their muscles hasn't been strengthened yet. Look at that. But ours have. Okay. Two, look at this. With head held firmly, able to look at face of the examiner, African, 2 days. European, 8 weeks. So there's no difference. Hmm. Some of us gonna try to reason it away. Some of us gonna try to rationalize it. Your facts. These studies have been done. But look at this. That African child, that African baby, has the ability to look at the face of the examiner with their head held firm. What? 2 days. And it takes our European counterpart how many weeks? 8 weeks. 8 weeks. So that we're on the same page. If you're still here and you're getting this, put a one on the timeline. I beat you guys. Just so we're on the same page. Let me check the timeline to see, look at some of you guys' thoughts about this. Georgia says facts. Just tuning in. What are you studying today? Yeah, may you live forever and shall I never die. Just so we're on the same page. Okay. Thank you all for the one. Okay. I would like to hear some of you guys respond. Queen Kizzy in the house. My squad. Okay. Let's look at number 3. Number 3 says, able to support body in a sitting position and watch reflection in the mirror. Africans, 7 weeks. Our counterparts, 20 weeks. Look at that. Able to support body in a sitting position and watch in the mirror their reflection. The Africans, 7 weeks, and our European counterparts, 20 weeks. So there's no difference. There's no difference. What are you getting at, Apostle? What I'm getting at, one is superior to the other, and one is inferior. But they flip the script. We are the most studied people on the face of the earth. Fact. We are. Why are we then? Because of some of this. When you really begin to know who you really are, there is a transformation that's going to take place on the inside of you. Right? Look at this. The fourth thing. Let's look. The fourth thing is able to hold body upright. Hold body upright. African, 5 months. Our European counterpart, 9 months. It takes them 9 months to do what we do in 5 months. So I ask you again, is there a difference? Right? Okay, what number we're on? Number 5. Number 5. Able to take the round block out of its hole in the form board. Read that again. Able to take the round block out of its hole in the form board. African, 5 months. Europeans, 11 months. So here again, what it takes us to do in 5 months, it takes them 11 months to do. So there's no difference. Okay. And this is responding to stimuli. So that means that you have the ability to comprehend or to respond to. Okay. 6, can stand against the mirror, African, 5 months, European, 9 months. You know something? I know, right? Number 7, can walk to the gazelle box to look inside, African, 7 months, European, 15 months. Different. Number 8, and final thing, listen to what it says. It says, can climb steps alone, African, 11 months, European, 15 months. Now, note these are children. So, listen to what Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu says. Listen to what it says. He said, these studies are very significant because if we really want to measure natural and raw intelligence, listen to this. He said, natural and raw intelligence. This would be the best time to do it between infancy and 3 years of age. When is the best time to do it? Infancy and 3 years of age. Are you guys following that? If you are, just so we're on the same page, please put one out there. So again, here's what Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu was postulating. He says these studies are very significant because if we really want to measure natural and raw intelligence, this would be the best time to do it between infancy and 3 years of age. Now watch what he goes on to say. From that point on, we're really measuring what children have been exposed to, not intelligence. Oh my goodness. I need you to hear this. Listen to this. From that point on, after infancy to 3 years of age, after that, from that point, after 3 years of age, listen to what he says. He says, from that point on, we're really measuring what children have been exposed to, not intelligence. It's what they've been exposed to. So now, if you've been denied certain things that you need, then you cannot be exposed to it, and then it appears that you're unintelligent. So the trick that has been played on us is that we weren't allowed to read. If we were caught reading, we would be what? Beat to death, or beat to death, or disciplined severely for reading. Are you listening to me? Now, we weren't allowed to go certain places and to do certain things, so we weren't exposed to certain things. So our counterparts were exposed to certain things. So it would appear that they are intelligent than we are. When intelligence aren't measured by what you're exposed to. Intelligence is measured by what you're born with, the raw ability to respond to stimuli. Oh, you ain't got to talk to me, but I'm talking about the protocol. We are the protocol. We are the prince. That's why things were taken from us. That's why we were denied. That's why we were hung and beat and killed. And this is for educational purposes only. You want to know why? Because there is an attempt to kill God. Frederick Nietzsche talked about that. Frederick Nietzsche talked about the ugliest man that killed God. But I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, there's an attempt to kill God. And so this is why we're being studied. They take our stem cells to heal themselves with because they know that we're God. They know that we don't know who we are. So there is a concerted effort to keep us dumbed down and keep us worshiping something in the invisible realm that makes us think that there's something greater than us when we are the great thing in this construct. Are you hearing? Are we on the same page? Y'all know the drill now. If we on the same page, put a one out there. Thank you, Stephanie, for putting that out there. Please donate. If you're hearing something that you know that's stimulating you, which is stimuli, it's touching the intelligence in you. What's happening when you awaken? What typically happens is you become emotionally intellectual. You become emotionally intellectual. And what we talked about a few sessions ago, we talked about the word temperance. What's happening is we're gaining control once again of our emotions. Once you gain control of your emotions, then you harness your power in your authority and you're able to target a thing. You become very dangerous. Because you have to understand our power source and base, Master Teacher, was based upon the ability to use energy. So when our European counterparts came upon us, they were trying to figure out how they're doing those things. They're not using magic. No magic trick. There ain't nothing they're doing to try to deceive you. Prestidigitation, right? But they have a command of the energy, the spirit. Why? Because we can control our emotions. Control our emotions. Emotions. So that E equals energy. Energy and motion. What does motion mean? Motion means the impulse of the brain. One of the meanings, it means the impulse of the brain. So, in other words, when you're dealing with emotions, you're dealing with how fast energy is able to move through your brain because we get into what? E is equal to mc squared. And that is what, Master Teacher? Mass times the speed of light squared. We're talking about energy when you get to emotions. That's why we must be emotionally intellectual. Right? That means that we have control over our energy. Emotions are nothing more than energy. It is unharnessed energy that we haven't liked the ability to harness. Why? Because we haven't been exposed to certain things that we need to be exposed to what? To harness that. Are you with me so far? Doctor said that they would want you to have self-control. They don't want you to have self-control, self-discipline, negative vibes, drain your energy. Okay, okay. Anyone else? Yes, yes. Okay. I'm almost finished with you guys. Let me put this out here and then we're done for the day. Y'all know a gym only take about 55 minutes or so. So Kizzy says, this here is so powerful to me because as of lately, I don't want to speak unless it's for valid or meaningful purpose. Feeling like I don't want to waste my words. I'm allowing my energy, body language, and eyes to do the speaking for me, for my energy, for my energy to be felt and make things happen. Yes, indeed. Yes, it's harnessing it. Now, watch this. This is very important. Now, I just showed you all that there's a difference between us and our European counterparts and all other ethnicities. That was a difference. And again, remember I told you the difference was that we are, they know it, but we're ether beings or light beings, spirit beings. So you have to understand energy is infinite, right? Energy is infinite. Means that energy is neither created nor destroyed. Energy always was and always will be. Always was, always is, and always shall be. Today, tomorrow, and beyond, it's going to be what it is. Right? So it's infinite, which means that it cannot be destroyed. So then God is what? Infinite. Meaning then that God cannot what? Die or be destroyed. This is the trick. The trick is to get you to fear, to get you to fear the unknown. The unknown. To fear the unknown because you don't know who you are. It is impossible for you to internalize who you are if you haven't been master teacher exposed to who you are. See, only God can expose you to God. Our counterparts can expose us to God, but they can see who God is, and then they can have an experience with God. But however, it's only going to be a second hand experience. It's only going to be a second hand experience. Well, why do you say that? Because we experienced everything first. I just showed you that in the study. We experienced it first, right? And experienced it at a higher level. So let me give you an example of what I mean by our European counterparts, which is why they're so angry and displaced and disgruntled. And some are filled with hate for educational purposes only, filled with hate, because they know that they can never ever have a first-hand experience. At best, they'll ever, always, and forevermore have second-hand experience. I'll give you an example of what I mean. Let's say we're at a theater and we're looking at a movie, right? The people, master teacher, yes, that are sitting in the audience are having a secondhand experience because they're actually watching the people that are having the what? Experiences, right? Right. The people that are in the screen or on the movie or in the movie are experiencing things firsthand. So the people that are sitting in the audience are having a secondhand experience. This is what's happening for every other ethnicity that is on the planet Earth or in the cosmos or on Kai or on Gaia are having secondhand experiences. We are the only ones that are able to have firsthand experiences because we are the prototokos. We are the prototype. We are the first ones of its kind. And the only ones of our kind, and all other are other kinds of men and women. We are the gods and our counterparts know that. Again, we are the most studied. They study us for the purpose of master teacher marketing us. They study us to even market us. You think that you are buying something because you like it. You're not buying it. They use suggestive thinking on you. They suggested it to you and you purchased it. When we actually had greater control of our emotions, our parents and our parents before them, and their parents, before them, had temperance. They weren't caught up in materialism. So when you look at fast forward it to today, materialism is the going thing. Why? Because we've been marketed. We've been, as Dorothy says, bamboozled. We've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, blindfolded. So what has happened to us? Due to a lack of proper discernment and research, some of our black leaders took it upon themselves to integrate us. To integrate us. In other words, Stephen Biko said one of the most powerful things is the mind of the oppressed in the hands of the oppressor. What happened to us? We literally turned our children over to our oppressors to teach them for educational purposes. I need you to hear what I'm saying to you. And if we're on the same page, please meet me with a one. Yes, sir, we're on the same page. So what do? We started with the law of 1954, Topeka, Kansas, Board of Education, Brown Board of Education. Outlawing segregation in public schools. So here, let's just take a minute and think about it. And I think I'm gonna put a pin right here and we'll get to the other portion next session. I want you to just take a minute and just stop and think. The mind of the oppressed in the hands of the oppressed. So the one that's oppressing now has access to stimulate, to expose you to certain things. So now you think about the black boys enter into a all-white school, and then there is a white female that's the teacher, European female that's the teacher, that has never been in the presence of a young black male or black female, for that matter. Going to teach them. Teach them how, because we don't teach the same way. We don't learn the same way. So then we had to jump hurdles and run through brick walls, because what they started doing was sitting us at the back of the class, labeling us as being slow and retarded. We started being labeled. All for what? All for what? When we had the greatest teachers. Listen to me, family. These are facts. This is not some attempt to get off because I'm some angry black man. I promise you, that's not what it is. We had everything we needed. All we needed was to enforce what they already had on the books called Plessy versus Ferguson. Separate but equal. In other words, we would be afforded everything that you have so that we could have the same equity. It wasn't about equality, but equity. Right. Equity is greater than equality. Yes, the value, worth. We gave away our self-image. We gave away our creative abilities and authority. What did we do? Not only did we run to the schools, we left our corner stores. We left our neighborhood stores. We left our juke joints. We had the best juke joints. Our European counterparts used to come down and party with us. We left them and went uptown. Had our own movie theaters. We left that and went uptown. We had our own stuff. Right? That's just, I think it's a term for when you want something that belongs to somebody else. You're coveting something that belongs to someone else. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We really don't want facts and truth, right? See, you have to understand. See, the problem wasn't even the European. I know you have to know what he's talking about. There was a term that Dr. Prince Renan and Dr. William Cross worked with. It's called Weusian anxiety. Weusi is Kiswahili for blackness. Blackness. To have black anxiety is what they're talking about. But look at how they postulated it. He said Weusian anxiety is that when it's not so much as you hate white people or Europeans as much as you hate being black. In that you think that your black skin, brown skin, yellow skin, chocolate skin, vanilla skin, you understand, because we got to become in all shades. You think that it's a disability to you. And somewhere within your psyche, you have been led to believe that if you could just be white, everything will be all right. Because being black, they always tell you to get that. So it's not so much as you're hating white people as much as you hate being black, because you have Weusian anxiety. And when you suffer from Weusian anxiety, you can see it in the crossover. You can see it in the swirling relationships. Yeah, yeah. You can see it in the relationships when you're suffering from Weusian anxiety. Because you have to somehow believe Listen, it is for educational purposes only. You have to somehow believe that if you're dealing with a European female, that she has led you to believe that there is something different in you than all of the rest of the black men. She has led you to believe that you are better than they are, which is why I chose you because you're different than they are. Right? And he's thinking within himself, because I'm able to do this, then I crossed over. I can cross over. Right. Which means that he's suffering from Wehousia and anxiety. He would much rather be white than be black. Because the same womb you came out of is black. Why am I saying? If they could put a pill on the market right now that you can take and turn white, man, that'd be $1 trillion business overnight. Because people are suffering, Master Teacher, from spiritual psychosis. Spiritual psychosis. In other words, you've lost your spiritual sense of being. You're confused. You're trying to be something that you're not, and we have confusion everywhere. We can name them all. Gender confusion, right? Genetic confusion, financial confusion. You name it, you'll probably find some confusion. So why am I saying this? Until you deal with the Wehousia and anxiety, you'll never get to where you're supposed to be and do what you're designed to do because you're suffering from anxiety. You would much rather believe what your European counterpart tells you when they at best can only have a secondhand experience and they're ciphering information from you. Why am I saying this? I'm telling you this so you can live forever. Shall I never die? There's another portion of this that I'm going to get you in the next session. I held you a little bit, so I'm going to turn you loose. But I put that out there for you guys. But take a look at that. Take a look at that study. And you may want to pick that book up by Dr. George from Juku, Counter to Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys. Okay? You may want to pick that up. It's still not too late to donate if you're here. Please donate. We do need your donations so that we continue to bring you great content and to be present. So I think this is a safe place to land. Let me check the timeline. Dorothy says powerful. Laugh out loud, right? Kizzy says they made the color black for mourning, bad luck, or no good, when black is the color that matches every color. That is right, Queen. Inspirational Queen Kizzy. Kizzy also says, right, that's why they say black cats are bad luck when they are the most spiritually intelligent. That is facts. Yes. Kizzy says, don't want to hear the truth. That's right. Dorothy says, close them all down. These people are not seeing what's going on around them. Yes. Yes. True. Yes, sir. True. How much for that t-shirt? Yeah. Yeah. I'll get some when I get some in. I'll let you know. Thank you, Dorothy. When I get them ordered, I'll let you guys know how much they are. Okay. Kid says you're wearing that red, and I painted my nails red this morning. I ain't fooling up with you kids. You know we always align. Right, 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 right. Thank you all for the ones, man. Let's go. Uh, yeah, yeah. Roped us in for them. Kizzy says they want to only feed you the light, but we need darkness to be balanced. That's why you can put us in any scenario and we will survive. Yes, absolutely. Yes, yes. Thank you, Kizzy, for being so vocal. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm just saying this. Kizzy says, right. If it wasn't for the dark moments in life, I would have never tapped into my power or understood my capabilities and knowing how powerful I am. Yes, yes. That wears you down so you can't think of yourself like they did our ancestors. Yes, 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 Lord Wilson. Kizzy says, this is powerful to me because lately I read this one, but it's worth reading again. I don't want to speak unless it's for a valid or meaningful purpose. Feeling like I don't want to waste my words, I'm allowing my energy, body, language, and eyes to do the speaking for me, for my energy to be felt and make them happen. Yes, make things happen. Mhm. Yes, Dorothy, that's right. You have to search on your own because they want us brainwashed. Yes, yes, they are. Yes, kids, they are afraid of tapping into our fullest potential. Yes, they are afraid. If we tap into that, they gonna run for the hills again, the mountain. And kids, it says, yes, we are curious, we understand, and we adapt quickly. Yes, indeed. Also, shout out to T Swin, Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. J Bean, shout out to Inspiration Queen, to the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, baby. Jumpstart, yes, yes, jumpstart your cognition. Yes, it is, Dorothy. It's dark in the mother's womb. It's black, but it's the best thing that ever existed. You are absolutely categorically correct. And so here's a safe place to land, right? Y'all know I reached that place and place where I must say, hold what you got. Muse over it. Cogitate upon it. Ponder on it. Meditate upon it. But by all means, do what? Govern yourselves accordingly. One love, eternal life, peace, power, prosperity, and excellent health. Shalom Aleichem, Mr. Paul. Until next time.